Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, I will be talking about the Prussian Empire. The Prussian Empire was one of the largest and most influential empires in European history, ruling over Central Europe for centuries. This empire, which existed from the late 17th century to the early 20th century, was governed by the House of Hohenzollern. From the time Frederick I of this house established it as a kingdom in 1701 to the time William II abdicated the throne in 1918, the empire experienced many significant historical events and changes. In this video, we delve into the fascinating history of the Prussian Empire. From its inception to its end, from the Silesian Wars to the March Revolution, and from the formation of the Free State to the final moments of this historical era, we cover it all. Join us as we meticulously explore the fate of this great empire. The beginning of the Prussian Empire, one of the largest and most powerful empires in European history, started with the rise of the Hohenzollern dynasty in the late 17th century. Frederick I of Hohenzollern, known as Frederick III before inheriting the Prussian throne, established the empire in 1701. He initially faced many challenges, but through reforms and changes during his reign, he laid the foundations of the Prussian Empire's power and glory. This period marked extensive reforms and modernization efforts carried out by Frederick I and his son, Frederick II. Upon taking power in 1713, Frederick I transformed the empire from a state of disarray and weakness into one of Europe's significant powers. He implemented reforms in various economic, political, and military sectors, establishing the basis for the empire's subsequent achievements. At its inception, the Prussian Empire emerged as a regional power and gradually became one of the world's leading powers in the following centuries. This development continued during the reign of Frederick II, known as Frederick IV, under whom Prussia became one of the first European empires to embark on expeditions in the Western Hemisphere. Did you know that initially, this empire was known as Prussia? The name later changed to the Prussian Empire, and it was officially recognized as such in 1701. The Silesian Wars were a series of military conflicts in the 17th and 18th centuries in Europe, involving battles between the Prussian Empire and the Habsburg Empire, Poland, and Russia. The most notable phases of these wars are the First Silesian War, 1740 to 1742, and the Second Silesian War, 1756 to 1763. First Silesian War, 1740 to 1742. The First Silesian War occurred at the beginning of Frederick II's reign over the Prussian Empire. This war led to battles between the Prussian Empire and the Polish Empire, as well as the Habsburg Union. These conflicts enhanced Frederick II's reputation and brought him fame in Europe and beyond. Second Silesian War, 7 Years' War, 1756 to 1763. The Second Silesian War, also known as the 7 Years' War, became one of the largest and deadliest wars in European history. The Prussian Empire and the Habsburg Union faced off against the Russian Empire, France, Spain, and Sweden. This war had profound effects on the warring nations and the internal regions of the Prussian Empire, solidifying Frederick the Great's reputation as one of history's greatest military leaders. The war concluded with the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1763. The March Revolution, also known as the Berlin Revolution, was a historic event that took place in 1848 within the Prussian Empire and other parts of Europe. This revolution occurred due to widespread dissatisfaction with the monarchical and social system, leading to widespread protests and revolts across Europe. The revolution began in Berlin, the capital of the Prussian Empire, in March 1848. Popular protests against the monarchy and demands for a constitutional government and freedom spread rapidly. These protests ultimately led to the resignation of King Frederick William IV. The March Revolution saw the participation of various social classes, including nobles, industrialists, workers, and ordinary citizens, in the protests and demands of the people. It exemplified a people's revolution and social upheaval in Europe. This revolution also had far-reaching impacts on other European empires, prompting some of them to undertake political and social reforms. The March Revolution marked significant changes in European history, linking events such as the end of the Napoleonic Wars, the rise of the European middle class, and the emergence of new political movements. This revolution had profound effects on the politics, culture, and economy of Europe and even other parts of the world. It is recognized as a pivotal event in the development of democracy and human rights. Free state. The concept of a free state emerged in the Prussian Empire following the March Revolution. This idea pertains to the establishment of a political system grounded in democratic legitimacy and adherence to constitutional governance, ensuring political rights and freedoms for its citizens. The free states created during the time of the March Revolution represented an acceptance of new political and social ideas. Unlike the old states, these new entities embraced democratic principles and human rights, providing their citizens with greater rights and freedoms. Being a free state signified the development of democracy and the empowerment of the people. This concept marked the beginning of a new era in European history, heralding significant political and social changes. With the emergence of these free states, the ideas of constitutional governance and the role of citizens in government reached a new level. The free states were indicative of major transformations within the Prussian Empire in 19th century Europe, having widespread effects on the political and social history of the continent. They played a crucial role in the development of democracy, human rights, and the establishment of constitutional governments in Europe. The March Revolution and the rise of the free states symbolized profound changes in European society and politics. By granting citizenship rights to the people and establishing democratic systems, these states paved the way for political, social, and economic progress and development in Europe. The end of Prussia. The end of Prussia marks the conclusion of the Prussian Empire's governance, occurring in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This period was characterized by significant historical events such as the unification of Germany, the fall of the Prussian Empire, and the establishment of the German Empire. One of the pivotal events in the end of Prussia was the proclamation of the German Empire in 1871. This empire was formed by the unification of German states under the leadership of Prussia and the rule of William I. The unification and proclamation of the German Empire signaled the end of the Prussian Empire as an independent country. The end of the Prussian Empire also marked the conclusion of a historical era that included significant events such as the Napoleonic Wars, internal reforms by Frederick II, and the formation of the Greater German Empire. With the end of Prussia, the German Empire emerged as a prominent power in Europe and the world, ushering in a new period in European history. Important events during the end of Prussia include its role in the Napoleonic Wars, its confrontation with Austria in the wars of the late 1850s, and the issuance of the Modern Declaration by Wilhelm I. This period concluded with Prussia retreating from its central role in foreign policy and Germany rising to a more prominent position as a global power. Ultimately, the end of Prussia is regarded as a significant historical event in European transformations, having profound impacts on the historical trajectory of Europe and the world. Thank you for being with me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to stay updated for our next video.